Life is not a video game. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean that I don't give a fuck if you already have a six pack and with muscle. Okay, it's not a video. You can't pause and then still have the same results. So you guys are getting so used to unlocking skins and characters on these video games and then pausing and say, "Oh, I can always get back to it." It doesn't work that way. When you get abs, when you get a four pack or a six pack, you can't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna cheat on the diet. I'm not gonna work on abs anymore." You can't just say that. You lose it. That's when you lose it. You can't just say, "I just gained 20 pounds of muscle. I don't have to lift anymore. I could just go back to chill, watch my Netflix." You can't do that. You're getting so used to these video games that you think you could just pause in life and still get results. Absolutely not. If you stop learning, stop growing right now, you'll never get the results. The results ain't gonna stay there. If you had a six pack and muscles and had foreign cars and had a mansion and yachts and you get a fine chick and then you have nothing because you stopped getting the grind because you got the woman, you think the woman is gonna stay with you? Absolutely not. This is not a video game. You can't just pause in life. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm just gonna slack off now because I just won." Absolutely not. That's why I low key hate winning or getting a good win because then it gets me comfortable. When you lose, you're never comfortable. You know that? When you're in pain, when you're struggling, you're never comfortable because you're trying to get out that position. Why do you think after a big meal, you don't want to do anything after that? You want to chill and Netflix. Why is that? Because you really feel like you won. That's why sometimes you gotta fast. Sometimes a 12-hour to 15-hour fast is good because that keeps you in the stage of I'm hungry. When you get easy wins, early wins in life, that's when you start falling off. That's when you forget how much luck came into it, how many people came into it, into you winning. That's why I hate early wins. Early wins is the biggest downfall somebody can have. Your first business was a multi-million-dollar business, then you think it's gonna be easy, and then you don't go hard on the next business, and then that's when you lose. And again, that's why I hate lotteries, because not everybody deserves $1 million, $1 billion, because they haven't built the character to make that $1 billion. That's why I hate the lottery. Not everybody deserves the money that they win. Even if they did, let's spend 200, 300 on a ticket. It doesn't matter. Okay? You didn't build the character to make that $1 million. You don't know how to deal with stress. You don't know how to spend that money. You don't even know how to keep the money. Okay, that's why billionaires, the ones that win the lottery, why do you think those go broke? Because they don't know how to even take care of it. They didn't become the character that they're supposed to be to become a billionaire. They just got lucky. And that's what I'm saying. Life is not a video game. Once you get lucky and you get used to being lucky, that's when you don't go hard. If you're blessed with good genetics and you came out with lucky genetics and then you don't go hard in the gym, or let's say you gained a little bit of muscle, then you think it's just like a video game. You just stop the game. You just start rolling the dice, and that's when you lose. So I'm saying you got to stop playing life like a video game and start playing like it's reality. You're not always gonna get lucky. You're not always gonna be blessed. Sometimes you got to go through that struggle, and you can't pause when things are going well.
You obviously can't treat life like it's a video game. In a video game, you do a lot of mistakes. In a video game, you do things that you're not supposed to, like go on the other team's territory, commit crimes, do drugs, and it's all for fun, right? It's all for fun. But in life, it's different. You can't take those drugs because it's fun. You can't drink as much alcohol as you can because it's fun. You can't go out driving when you're drunk because it's fun. When people say risk it all, risk everything in life. The more you risk, the more things you might get in the end. They don't mean be a complete moron and risk your life and put other people at risk by doing dumb shit. That's not what they mean. They mean risk the comfort, risk the happiness for the money, for the success that you could get at the end. Risk your time, risk the late night sleeps, studying and updating the spreadsheet. So maybe in the future, all that hard work can pay off. That's what they mean by risk it all. But let me tell you some similarities that a video game and life have in common. In a video game, when you do that mission to get onto the next level, to get onto the better status, the more money, you might fail at it. It may be hard. Listen to that word. It may be hard, but you're going to continue to do it over and over and over again, as many times as it takes. Maybe you weren't supposed to do this, and now you know what to do next. But a lot of people, they don't implement that into life. When it comes to life, you know what they do? You know what? They go through life. They're trying to get to the next paycheck. They're trying to get to that next level, to that next business, to the next gym workout session after 5 years. Maybe they were slacking off for 5 years and now they're coming back. You know what they do? As soon as they see something that's not going their way, they quit. They don't want to do it anymore. As soon as they crash their car, as soon as bills are overdue, they have people telling them, you know what, you're not going to make it. They have a bunch of doubt on them, a lot of pressure. Feels like the whole world's turning upside down on them. And they just quit and they stop. and they start crying in tears and they start getting depressed. But if you could do that in a video game, if something bad happens in a video game, knowing that you could do it again and again and again, why can't you implement that into life? So that's the similarity between video games and life. If you could do this in a video game, you could most likely do it in life. But a lot of people don't see it that way. So in the end, you can't look at life as if it's a video game. But at the same time, there are some similarities. There are some things that you could take from a video game and bring it into life. Like the fact that if you fail, you could do it again and do it again, and you might even get a better result in the end. But then there's also things that you can take, like do dumb shit and think that something good is gonna happen in the end, because it's not. Risk it, but risk it in the areas where it's necessary. Risk it in the areas where it's not stupid and you're not gonna risk losing your life for.